I'm so grateful for your support for Sandy and myself as we serve with Jews for Jesus. As you might know, I've served with the ministry now for 34 years, and for the last 15 years, I've been here in the Bay Area. I currently serve on our online evangelism team, and in my role as a missionary, I enjoy opportunities to meet with Jewish seekers as well as Jewish believers in Jesus to minister and to encourage them. Our Jews for Jesus website has a live chat feature which allows me to chat with visitors. We often have Jewish people that are curious about what we believe, and the internet provides a safe and secure way for them to search anonymously. Occasionally, I meet someone that shows real openness to the gospel. I'll chat with them to explain more fully what it means to be Jewish and to believe in Jesus as a Messiah and why. If the person is open, I offer to call them or to set up a Zoom appointment. The internet is amazing because it really expands the amount of the territory that I'm able to minister to. For instance, right now, I'm meeting with a Jewish man in Switzerland named Alex, who is open to explore the scriptures with me. He says that Jesus could be the Messiah, but his concern is that if he commits his life to the Lord, he might not be able to move to Israel, which he and his wife are considering doing. I'm also discipling a Jewish believer in Anchorage named Lucy, who has been a believer for a few years now, and at the same time, I don't believe she's ever been fully grounded in her faith. She's growing spiritually, but now she has some severe physical issues that she's dealing with. Obviously, we're not able to have someone at our website 24 hours a day, and as a result, visitors are able to leave messages with their contact information. Recently, a woman named Tammy, who lives in Ohio, left a message. She's from an Orthodox Jewish family, very much involved with her Jewish community. She even teaches at a Jewish school. I contacted her, and we've begun to meet on Zoom. Tammy says that she believes in Jesus, but I'm not sure if she's truly born again and has a relationship with God. So we're currently going through the Gospel of John. A few days ago, while we were discussing what the phrase, the Lamb of God, is all about, Tammy brought up how the blood of the Lamb was applied to the doorposts of the Israelites' homes just before the Exodus from Egypt. It was a great observation on her part, and I mentioned how that foreshadowed Jesus as the Lamb whose blood would cover those that believed in him and would be spared judgment. We also looked at Genesis chapter 22, which will be read in synagogues during the High Holy Days in a couple of weeks. It's a story of how Abraham was instructed by God to sacrifice Isaac on Mount Moriah, and how that also pointed to what God himself would one day do through the sacrifice of his own son. Though she was familiar with this story, she seemed amazed by the parallels between Isaac and Jesus. And another way in which I serve the Lord is by attending various Jewish community groups. In the past, as Jewish believers in Jesus, we've often felt excluded from the greater Jewish community because of our faith. However, in the last few years, this has changed. And because of that, our ministry has a program that we call Jewish Immersion, which is basically to get involved with other Jewish people in order to build relationships in the hope of one day sharing the gospel with them. I attend a Torah study each week on Friday mornings at a local synagogue. We used to meet in person, but due to COVID, we meet on Zoom now like so many groups do. Though we're studying from the 5 books of Moses, I often seek opportunities to bring a spiritual view to what we're discussing, since the class primarily focuses more on the text and the history, but not on the spiritual meaning. The group knows that I'm a Jewish believer in Jesus, but they still welcome me. It's a good opportunity for them to meet a Jewish Christian who is really Jewish and not part of a cult the way they might think. I've had a few opportunities to meet individually with people over coffee. Anatoly is a Russian Jewish man in his 70s who I've met with a few times. We've opened up the scriptures, and I've even had the chance to share the gospel with him directly. Unfortunately, right now, he's battling cancer, and we haven't met in quite a while. Please pray for his healing, both physically and spiritually, and that we might be able to meet again real soon. Over the past several months, our ministry has been very much involved in helping refugees resulting from the war in Ukraine. Our staff have provided food, medicine, transportation to many. Also, we've been able to minister to refugees in Warsaw, Poland, where many have fled. In addition, one of our senior staff has co-led an evangelistic outreach with other Jewish ministries from Europe called Life from the Dead in Warsaw. Sandy has returned to our office 3 days a week as she works in our administrative offices. Again, I'm so thankful to you for standing with us, for your prayers, for your financial support, and I just pray the Lord will meet all of your needs. Blessings.